traveling man. LAX out to Baltimore, then landed in France. Play some shows out in Germany, then bought in Japan. See these reps take me everywhere, I go where I can. That's the multi-pass, homie. I ain't bumping that, Brody. In New York, posted up like some Timberlands, homie. So I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed a flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain, that's Ibiza. I go to Miami just for dinner. I see the world. I went to Japan for a pickup. I see the world. I just missed a flight, I'm in Atlanta. I see the world. I just went to Spain, that's Ibiza. I see the world. Oh, you stay with it. In the same city. I done been around this world, you can't think with me. Oh, you a wannabe, I'm what they wanna be. A well-adjusted free thinker, that's autonomy. That means I make my own decisions, boy, what do you do? I could spend a week or two out in Honolulu. And I ain't got $1 billion, but I got a screw loose to the people that see the world just like the news do. While you stunting on the block, you can invest that money, get funded by some stocks. I'd rather make a punchline than punch into a clock. Life is hard, but you won't change it just wishing on a star. Cause you can miss this like you in the dark. This beat is intimate, so you can really feel my heart. System built for us to fail, but somehow we all prevail. By the time I was 17, man, I thought I'd be in jail. Cause we moved out to the burbs and still get cuffed up in a cell. Most are blind to this world, but this world I see it well.
I just wanna rock. Body out of y'all.
Damn.
MC, make another hit.
This ain't what you want.
Project X.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. 1600 block. I just wanna rock. I just wanna I just wanna rock. Body out of ya. Shorty got that body out of ya. No time, set up. You gon' kill my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my size. Pick them sides, and you better choose wisely. That's my high. 1, 2, 3, 4, throw up to 5. That's my high.
Damn.
1, 2, 3, 4, throw up to 5.
MC, make another hit.
This ain't what you want.
Project X.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, set to get this one started. Off we go here in Baltimore. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Dylan Sampson. And a big run right out of the blocks. He gets forward for 9 on the first play of the game.
10 yards on the
The
pickup.
best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense. So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
That's not going to work either. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. It's going to bring up 4th down.
And what a play by the interior of this defensive line. There was nowhere to run. He's able to get in the backfield for a big stop, and it sets up 4th down.
Now Jackson, this is a design run. And he's going to have the Ravens 1st down. They wind up getting 4 on that 4th and 1.
I love this call on 4th down, Mike. Put the game in the hands of your quarterback. Don't overthink it. In this case, let him do it himself, and he picks up a big 1st down.
On 1st down, here's Sampson. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
A give, and here comes Williams. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, they've got him going backwards now, Mike, and this is a worrying trend. We've seen it now the last 2 plays. They have to be able to generate some leverage at the point of attack. Count on positive yardage in the run game.
7th play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. First throw of the game is going to be intercepted. And the Browns are going to get the football here. They force the INT on the game's opening drive.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
79 Broncos.
They bring Judy in motion. Sanders now to the air right away. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive. That is Max Crosby. In for the sack, he registers number 14 on the year. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Sanders. That's caught. Derrick Henry. That will make 3rd down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one.
A gain of 11. And it's 3rd down.
Mustang 19. Here we go. Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Sanders. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive. That is Trey Hendrickson. He's in to drop him for a sack, and that will bring up 4th down. Oh, no fair catch, and he pays the price. Big shot to make sure this return didn't even get started. They'll start on the ground with Sampson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
Clearly the plan on offense was to establish the run a little bit on this drive, Mike, but the defense is having none of it. First and second down stop, no gain. Now it brings up a 3rd and long. We'll see if they try something else.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Rolling right. He'll try to run for it. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
And this will be incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
Second down, Jackson. That's complete. It's Arian Smith. He's going to be out of bounds. Gain of just a couple, and now we've got 3rd down coming up.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet in bounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
He'll air it out down the middle. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. He was trying to get that to Tez Walker. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
It just seems like the offense gets in their own way, and whether it's a penalty or a drop or whatever the case may be, it's these self-inflicted wounds. They've got to stop if this unit ever wants to reach their full potential.
That is fielded at the 13. That's a very nice return. He has given the offense a short field.
Here we go. Set. 76. Come 19. Come 19. Ready.
They'll throw on 1st down with Sanders. He'll look underneath for Henry. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. 0-0 is the score. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. From the 46, here's 2nd and 8.
Come on. Come on. Set. Classic. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Out of the gun, it's Sanders. Going deep downfield for Judy.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
3rd, they need 8.
60 Bobcats. 60. Ready. Viking. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready.
From the gun, it's Shador. Quick throw, taken in. He's going to pick up the 1st down and more. And he'll be out of bounds, down at the 20. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready, ready.
On the ground is Quinshawn Judkins. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Sanders to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. To the pylon, he's in. Touchdown, Cleveland. His 6th touchdown now for the season.
When I think back to their
first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
On first and 10, Jackson. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Jackson now on second down. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. From the gun, Jackson. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
A fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Let's go now. Ready.
First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Kyle Hamilton, the former Notre Dame star, able to make the play.
Second and 6.
So, from the 37, here's second down and 6.
Buffalo 18, Panther 60, Pep 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Let's go.
Now it's Sanders. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down. On comes the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's first and 10. Back to throw, Jackson. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for first and 10. Now it's Jackson. This ball is intercepted. Tyson Campbell. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And these of the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
They'll run it on first down with Henry. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. From the 35, here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, Smith, 60, Warriors 70. Ready,
Now, Sanders. His throw left is complete with Judy. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That's good.
A 19-yard pickup there. It's a Browns first down.
At the 16-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 76, Panther 11, Panther 11.
Now, Shador. And he cannot get away. Brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning. The Pro Bowler the last 2 years, Nnamdi Madubuike, into double figures now. That is sack number 10 on the year. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Not fun here. 3rd and a lot.
18, Gannett. Hawk 70, Hawk, shot 60, shot 60. Ready.
To throw is Sanders. Moving outside the pocket. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Browns. Some play by the quarterback. He got flushed by the rush, but Greg made the right choice and ends up with a touchdown pass.
The question always is for these quarterbacks, Mike, in this situation, how long does he remain a passer, or then does he just tuck it down and become a runner? I think he does this perfectly, extends the play as long as possible, gives time for his receiver to uncover, and results in a touchdown.
LeJohntay Wester now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Jackson now. Open man downfield is Smith. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. That is catch number 60 for the season.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A first down throw for Jackson. He'll go right back to Smith. They hook up again.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Now, Jackson. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Again, it's Jackson. That one caught by Smith. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
That's good. First down. 1st and 10 at the 36.
Jackson up top again. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Now Now the Ravens use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. To throw is Jackson. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by their rookie first-round pick.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
Fires left sideline. That is complete. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime.
70 Timberwolves. Go.
Now Shedeur on first down. A pass pulled in by Henry. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10.
Let's go. 19, 18, 60 Maverick, 60 Mustang 19.
From the gun, it's Sanders. He's going to look for the home run ball. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Cleveland. That is second touchdown of the game. And 17 for the season.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle four, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10.
Hey, Alpha, nice shot.
Now a signal, timeout call. 9 seconds left to play in this first half. It is second and 9. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Going up top and looking for Andrews. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Now whistles. Timeout. 3 seconds left in this first half. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Throwing Jackson. He's going to look downfield once again. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. We have hit halftime. Going to take a quick break, come back, second half of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. That time they got the veteran. John Simpson.
Ready?
They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for them.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Kyle Van Noy in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's third down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that second down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in third and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3-and-out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
Now Sanders on third and long. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion.
That's good.
They get the conversion on third down. It was a gain of 27. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. On the draw is Judkins. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield. Trey Hendrickson. He's able to force the big loss on the sack. And it sets up third and long.
19 tight.
From the shotgun, it's Sanders. This one complete right side. Wow, a pretty good comeback to say the least. Not enough for a first down, but a really solid pickup. And it brings us to fourth down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats, 19, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
They're going on fourth down. Sanders gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to have the first down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Throwing again is Sanders. The throw here is complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Browns. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. Flush to his right. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. That is Myles Garrett getting to the quarterback there for his 8th sack of the year. Second down, Jackson. On the run to the right. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Browns have it.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
Warrior 70, sack, Cougar 19.
They'll throw on first down with Sanders. Rolling to the left. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
This defense is vulnerable in a few areas along the back end, but none of that will matter if this protection can't do a better job holding up long enough that they can find some of these open receivers that have been able to separate. He just doesn't have the time to get them the ball.
Tight end going in motion here.
18 Rattler.
On second down, Sanders. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as it'll come out to the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jackson now to throw on first down. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Go. Yo. Watch him right there.
From the gun, Jackson. Oh, get this downfield to Smite. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. 23 yards on that pass play. Good for a Raven first down. Jackson now. That's taken in. It's Tez Walker. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
One of the biggest challenges of playing zone defense is defending a quarterback when they break contain of the pocket. All the zones have to move along with the quarterback, and it is just a lot of stress put back there, and you're able to find a soft spot, and they're able to connect.
Pitch made there, left side by Walker. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To the air one more time with Jackson. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. Dylan Sampson was the man he was trying to hook up with there. And that will lead to a second down. Here's Jackson. That's caught. It's Dylan Sampson. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up third and 2.
Again, it's Jackson. He'll get that out wide to Sampson. And he's going to have a first down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this third quarter. Jackson up top again. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. That's the safety, Greg Delpit, star at LSU, in there for the sack.
At the 35-yard line.
Jackson now on second down. He's got it! And they are into the end zone for the first time today. Mark Andrews, touchdown Ravens. His fourth TD grab of the season. On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. He's got it. And the Ravens are able to edge a bit closer.
Ravens 7. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Quick throw, taken in. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan, because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons. He can spread the ball out and find the open space.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. They get 22 yards there. First down, Cleveland. From the gun, it's Sanders. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Sanders going to throw again. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Cleveland. 3 touchdowns for him. Numbers 6, 7, and 8 on the season. No problem there on the extra point. And the Browns will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. A first down throw for Jackson. Going up top and looking for Andrews. And he's going to be marked down, bringing it all the way to the 25-yard line. A big play to kick off this drive. 55 yards on the game.
First down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Jackson. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
To play in the NFL, you got to have a short-term memory because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. And in this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Kaiir Elam. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often like that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception, but boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Ready? Cowboy 80. Ready?
This looks like a design run, and he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 35. Here comes a 2nd and 5.
Ready?
On the ground, here's Henry. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Here's 3rd and 2.
Let's go. Ready?
They'll try and run for this with Henry. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down. At least it appears that way. Got it by maybe the length of a football.
1st down, Cleveland.
Back. 6.
They'll go again here with Henry. And a missed tackle there. He pushes forward. And will give him 4 yards.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Browns.
Touchdown, Cleveland.
Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. They continue to add points. Greg, very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the 4th.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out.
The extra point is good. And the Browns will add 1 more onto their big lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. Now it's Jackson. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there.
Hey. Sit on. 180. Hey, middle. What's going on, guys? Hey, he going to the ball. Sit on.
To throw is Jackson. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This offense, they just can't establish any sort of rhythm. There's just no way to sustain any scoring drives when your quarterback is being pressured and sacked this often.
Throwing Jackson. Pass downfield is caught by Brown. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. A big play there for Baltimore. 39 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Jackson. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball. And it'll bring up third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Now, Jackson. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. Do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
At this stage of the game, the score is really irrelevant. You want to try to build something positive towards the end of this game, and I think that score will help do just that.
42, Ravens 14. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Chop alert. Here we go. Start. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
There's a give. Heading right. It's Henry. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line. After the loss of 3, it is second and 13.
Ready. Rocco 80. Ready.
On play action, Shador. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on third down. Here's first and 10.
19 Lions. Ready.
Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win for the visiting Cleveland Browns. And that's now 4 victories in a row as they continue to play as well as anyone in the NFL. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind.
I give it all.